President Carter will lie in state through tomorrow morning before the funeral in the National Cathedral. And after his funeral there in the nation's capital, President Carter will be flown back to his hometown in Plains for a private funeral and burial. Let's head out to 11 Alive's Joe Ripley, live outside the Maranatha Baptist Church. So Joe, preparations, I'm assuming, is already underway ahead of tomorrow's final service.
That's right, Ron. Not too long ago, we actually heard a fighter jet fly by, and what we assume will be a flyover. Those final plans have yet to be released, but we do expect a lot of pomp and circumstance surrounding the laying to rest of our nation's 39th president. Family, close friends are going to attend that service before Carter will be buried at his home here in Plains. But before that, we got a chance to tour the Carter's first home when they moved back here to Plains over 70 years ago. Jimmy Carter had a promising naval career in the early 50s, but the year 1953 brought some changes.
Welcome to apartment 9A.
Longtime family friend Annette Wise steps inside the Carter's first home once they moved back to Plains. An authentic renovation,
Even down to the pennies.
of the home Rosalind never wanted to move to. But Jimmy's dad, Earl, died in 1953, prompting the Carters to move back and live in government housing in Plains on $300 a year.
There was a drought in Georgia in '53. Farmers couldn't pay their bills, and so it was a tough time to come back after losing his father, a tough time leaving the Navy and the promising naval career he had.
This is a cast iron kitchen sink.
George Edge is the CEO of the America's Housing Authority, which now owns the unit. He says turning it into a museum took 5 years and thousands of dollars, plus donations from the public. Old floor plans guided the renovations, along with mid-century catalogs and the Carters' own memories.
They needed affordable housing in 1953, and there's still a continuous need for affordable housing.
From the bedrooms that housed 3 Carter boys to Mr. and Mrs. Carter's own bedroom, to the laundry lines outside, all before the Carters moved into the White House, they learned to be part of their own community and to serve.
Through their guidance, their love for their community, their love for people, their Christianity, they modeled what they believed and their good deeds for people.
And Wise says this humble home served as a stepping stone to the Carters' later homes in Plains, the governor's mansion in Atlanta, and Washington, D.C.
I don't know of any other president that's lived in public housing, because of their income. They moved here in '53, and then the next time they lived in public housing was when they went to the White House.
The Carters would live in that home, apartment 9A, for 2 years before returning renting another home on Old Plains Highway. They then bought a property on Woodland Drive, and that is the very property where President Carter will be buried and reunited with his wife, Rosalind. We're live in Plains tonight. Joe Ripley, 11 Alive News.
Truly humble beginnings, Joe. Thank you, sir. By the way, tomorrow we will stream the national funeral and his final trip back home to Georgia. You can watch it throughout the day. On Thursday, that's 11 Alive Plus. You can download the app to your Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV for free.